Hey everyone, Brian here, just popping on very briefly to let you know that I have something for you. If you are someone who works as a coach or a therapist or a healer or a guide, somebody who works in the kind of spiritual space, maybe you're a tarot reader or someone who professionally offers consultations that you are marketing online, maybe coaching containers or memberships or programs that you're marketing online, and you're struggling a bit in terms of how you describe what you do. Maybe you either struggle to describe what you do at all, or when you do describe what you do, it comes across as a bit, well, the words just kind of fly away from you. Maybe they come across as a bit too woo-woo and a bit too airy, and it's a challenge that many of us in our space face, isn't it? When we're trying to convey what we do to our ideal clients in a way that they are going to understand and recognize is going to be beneficial for them, whilst maintaining the integrity of our work. So many of us work in a kind of magical, spiritual, esoteric space, and it can be hard to describe what we do in a way that makes sense to people who aren't already in that world. And yet that process is essential if we want to be able to reach out to our ideal clients and help them understand that our work is for them. So I've produced something which I've called MessageCraft GPT. And it is a custom GPT. It's an AI-powered tool. It works through a free ChatGPT account, but I have programmed it specifically with my own messaging frameworks that I've used to market 3 Amazon best-selling books, a number of sold-out coaching containers, multiple top-selling digital products over the last few years. So it's my simple, straightforward, tried and tested messaging frameworks, coupled with the power of ChatGPT and what it can do in terms of rearranging words and extracting the essence of the most important things that we want it to say and we want to say to our clients. But the most important ingredient in MessageCraft GPT is your own expertise, because the way that the tool works is you plug your expertise into the tool. It will ask you a series of questions, and then it will help you distill the essence of what you do in a way that's compelling for your people, for your ideal clients. Anyway, that's the description. The link to grab MessageCraft GPT will be somewhere around this video, but I wanted to give you a quick run through of the tool itself so you can see it in action. So I'm sharing with you the video that is actually within the MessageCraft GPT platform, which is a walkthrough of the tool in action, so you know what it is I'm talking about. So with all that said, here's the walkthrough.
Hey folks, and welcome to my quick video walkthrough of MessageCraft GPT. I wanted to just give you an example of how this custom GPT works so that you can see how simple and easy it is to use. So the first thing you do is you click on a link that will be somewhere around this video, which will take you into ChatGPT. A free or paid account is absolutely fine. Either one of those will work, and you'll find yourself face to face with the MessageCraft Wizard, who is ready to guide you through this really simple but very powerful process. So the first thing you do is follow the instructions on screen, which are to click here to get started. And when you do that, what will happen is the wizard will welcome you to itself, and it will give you a bit of an overview of the journey it's going to take you on. One thing to say is that each time you use this wizard, it will speak to you in a slightly different way each time. It won't give you exactly the same wording each time. So don't be alarmed by that. You might get a great long explanation of what it's going to do the first time you use it. Next time it might be shorter. Doesn't matter. The important thing is to answer the questions that the wizard asks you, and to answer them in the way that it encourages you to answer them. So here it says, the first thing it's asking is, what do you currently say when people ask what you do? So I'm going to pop in here an example of what I might say if I was using this wizard to distill the message of my work around tarot and coaching. So many of you have come into my world through the work I've done to combine tarot reading techniques and skills with life coaching techniques and skills. So you may have been part of my tarot coach session success workshop, for example. So this is what I might have put if I was trying to use this wizard to distill the messaging I might use to attract people to that work. So I'm just going to pop that in. And as soon as I do that, you'll see that the wizard starts to work. So I've just popped in here that I help transformational guides and change agents, coaches, consultants, therapists, healers to combine tarot reading techniques with life coaching skills so they can guide their clients from inspired insights to real world results. So fairly straightforward, but a bit wordy. And what it will start to do is it will use that information to think about what it is that I do. And it's saying here, let's gently shape it to be even more magnetic by grounding it just a little more in client experience. Right now, it's clear what you teach, tarot and life coaching, but let's tune into the why it matters. So it's guiding you into the next stage, the next layer down of your messaging. And it's asking you another question. What actual change do your clients experience after working with you? Describe this in everyday language. What can they do or feel now that they couldn't before? So, what is it that they feel after working with you? Or what is it they want to feel after working with you? So I'm going to pop my answer in here. Again, one I prepared earlier. They want to create real, deep, lasting, purposeful transformation as a result of their work. They're frustrated because sometimes they know they could go deeper, but they don't quite know how. After learning what I teach, they'll feel empowered and excited because they'll have access to a tool that can enhance their work in remarkable ways. And so it's beginning to use that to distill down what's happening. So you just read through what it's saying. You don't need to worry about doing anything yet other than answering the questions. And now it's saying, try finishing this sentence in your own words. After working with me, my clients are able to. Um, so, and it might be about, it's asking you to come up with some examples. Feel free to name a few real outcomes that your client might experience after they've worked with you. So I might say something like, my clients are able to coach at a deeper level. They're able to inspire their clients to greater results. I might say something like they're able to market their um, life coaching practice in a way that honors their interest in deeper spiritual concepts. I'm just making this up as I go along. So it's again, I'm just responding to the question that it's asking me, and again, it will start to distill this down, and then it will say, okay, let's tune into your client's emotional world. What 5 thoughts might your ideal client be having at 2 a.m. when they feel stuck and frustrated? What is it that is keeping them up at night? So um, I have got some examples here that I'm going to pop in. So my clients, the people I've worked with, might think things like, I'm just not good enough. My sessions are too superficial. Um, my clients, this is what they're thinking. My clients are going to be frustrated that I can't help them more powerfully. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. How do I enhance my work without doing lots more studying and learning lots and lots of deeper techniques? Maybe I should pivot to something simpler. These are all things that I know people who worked with me in the past before coming into my tarot coaching workshops and so on have struggled with in their own thinking. So I'm just popping that in. And then the wizard will start using that to think about, what the essence of your message is. Now it's asking for some information on what they what they're like, how they're acting, what they're feeling before they find you, before they find your work. So where are they stuck or drained? So I am going to pop in what some of my clients might have said they were experiencing. So they're busy, they're doing good work, they're getting good results, but they sometimes doubt themselves. They know that there's more, etc., etc. So I've given it some information. And again, it's just distilling that down. It's asking more questions. It's asking for what resistance patterns my clients are struggling with, what might be going on for them that's stopping them from moving forward. And it's also saying some of that might be about what they know is in their way, but also what you as the expert might know is in their way that isn't in their conscious awareness. So for this, what I'm putting in is They know they have a lack of confidence. They have a fear of failing. They have a sense that they're not going deep enough. What they might not consciously know, and again, this is based on my experience, is that they don't or are not able to own the power that they already have. They fail to see that they do have access to a deeper process. They just haven't unlocked that yet. So again, it's beginning to just extract all of that. Now it's asking another question around what have your clients tried that didn't work for them? What are some of the myths and fake fixes that they have struggled with, that they've maybe tried, the expert advice they've tried and followed that hasn't worked? So this is quite a juicy one. So I put in here, they've bought course after course, they've chased certification after certification, they think they're missing something, they find themselves with shiny object syndrome, so they're always chasing after the next big thing. And I've popped in here something that in a sense is the kind of a vulnerable admission from me to the wizard, which is that the irony is that there's a risk that they will see that what I'm offering, my combination of tarot reading and life coaching techniques, it's a shiny object in itself, and they might feel cynical about it. So they're sometimes chasing after the wrong thing, and sometimes they miss the right thing. So I'm worried that they might miss my work because they won't see that it has something really significant to offer them. So again, it's beginning to reflect back to me some of what I've told it, and it's just kind of distilling it down, distilling it down. It's telling me here that we're nearly there. It's nearly at the end. So now it's asking me for a bit more information. It's asking if I have any offers to sell at the moment, if I want to market an offer. You don't have to have an offer ready to sell. If you don't have one, but you'd like to offer one, you can just put some ideas in here or just describe what it is that you would perhaps like to serve your clients with. But I have got some offers I can talk about, so I'm going to pop them in. So what I've said here is that I offer a mini course called Tarot Coach Session Success, which teaches my clients how to combine tarot reading and life coaching. And that leads to a higher level course, Tarot Coach Go Pro, which teaches clients to combine tarot and coaching profitably in business. So what it's now doing is, again, it is just taking that information and distilling it and using that to inform what it's going to give me in terms of the messaging pack it's about to deliver. So now it's into the part where it's actually going to start refining the message. So it's telling me it's ready to move into phase 2, shaping the magic, where we refine the message and start generating content. So now it's saying, let's shape your core offer into one crystal clear sentence using this format. And this is the format I use in my messaging materials, which is what this GPT has been based on. So it's offering here me the opportunity to try writing a refined offer sentence for one or both of my courses. So I can actually take that model that it's given me and have a go at writing the offer sentence and putting it in here, and it will help me refine it. Or I can take the slightly lazier route, which I'm going to do for the purposes of this demonstration, because it's saying I can help you to draft this. So I'm going to say, please help. And it will give me some ideas. So it's giving me a couple of examples. Here's the draft for each of your offers based on everything you've shared. So for Tarot Coach Session Success, it's saying this is a self-paced mini course for soulful coaches and healers who want to guide deeper, more intuitive client sessions without getting stuck, doubting themselves, or overloading on more certifications. So it's used some of what I've said about my clients' fears and concerns and obstacles and use that to refine that sentence or to define that sentence. And for Tarot Coach Go Pro, it knows that it's a higher level. So it says it's a higher level journey for transformational guides ready to combine tarot and coaching in a profitable soul aligned business without burning out or sounding like everyone else online. Now, I can either take those and say, I'm not happy with them. I want them to be refined. I can work on them. Or I can say, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So it's asking, would you like to tweak either of these or shall we keep moving to the next magnetic piece? So I'm going to keep moving and because I can work on those myself if I'm not happy with them. So now it's saying, let's refine your I help statement. So again, it's saying you can drop your current one if you have one, or you can try a fresh draft. So I'm going to say fresh draft, please. Again, being a bit lazy. And again, it will use what I've already told it, and it's thinking about everything I've said so far and how that can actually be drafted into an I help statement. Now, you might find at some point that the wizard slows down a little bit. Don't worry about that. It's just thinking and processing. And so here it's come up with a fresh version of an I help statement. I help soulful coaches and healers combine tarot and life coaching so they can guide deeper client breakthroughs and show up with confidence, clarity, and spiritual integrity in their business. Now, I can ask for variations. I can say that's too long. I can say it's not quite right. I can work with the wizard to get it right. But I'm going to say I'm happy with that for now. Again, just so we can keep moving and you can see how this all works. Happy with that. If you're not happy with anything the wizard gives you, then tell it, and it will ask you for more information and it will refine it until you are happy with it. But I've said I'm happy with that, and is now going to move on to the next bit. So it's just reflecting that you have got your I help statement, you've got a couple of offer sentences. Now it's inviting you to redraft the bio line. So it's asking you to give it one line from your site or your socials that makes you cringe, and it will help you rewrite it. So an example I'm going to give is something I did use on my socials. It didn't really make me cringe, but at the same time, it doesn't really lead my clients everywhere. So a while back, I had something on my socials that said, the older I get, the more weird and mystical I become, which is true. But from a marketing point of view, it possibly isn't quite what I need to say. Now, by the way, what you might find is that the wizard occasionally will it'll kind of not catch what you say. So if you need to repeat, you just repeat, and don't worry about that. That is just the interface occasionally slows down. So you've prompted it again, you've given it that bio line, and again, you'll see the little dot is flashing, and it's now coming back and saying it does carry a spark, but I can see how it might not fully serve your message's deeper purpose. So let's rewrite it using the guidance from Act 3, Shift 8 in Messaging Magic. That's the background material I've used to create this GPT. And it's saying, here is a refreshed version. The more I trust my intuition, the more powerful and profitable my work becomes. Or it's saying, you might want a more playful take. Turns out being mystical isn't weird. It's my superpower in client work and business. So it's kind of focusing in on what I've already told it I want to do through my messaging. And it's asking here, do I want another variation, or do I want to try a different kind of focus? Do I want it to be soft or bold or humorous or poetic? So you can choose, you can prompt it to give you different types of tone, or you can say that you're happy with that. So I'm going to say I'm happy with that for now, so you can see what comes next. And so it's giving us a bit of a progress update, our I help statement, the offer sentences we've got, the rewritten bio line, and now it's going to offer you some hooks, a set of hooks that you can use in your messaging that you can use to turn into emails or Instagram posts, reels, stories, anything you like across 4 different categories. So are you ready for your hook set? It's asking. I'm going to say yes. And what you'll find is that what the wizard now does is take everything you've said and told it already, and it's giving you a hook set based around, in this case, my example of tarot coach and life coaching, around educational hooks. So things like your 3-step plan to combine tarot with coaching without losing credibility or clarity, or want to guide deeper client sessions, here's why tarot might be the missing key. So this is about educating people about why tarot and coaching is a great combination. Or you might have some storytelling hooks that you could use. My client tried every coaching script out there, but still felt stuck in sessions. Then we added tarot and it clicked. Or picture this, you pull a card mid-session and your client finally sees what's been holding them back. That's the power of tarot coaching. So you can use this as a prompt for some content. There's also thought leader hooks. This is about demonstrating your expertise. your sessions don't need more structure, they need more soul, or tarot isn't a gimmick, it's a gateway to intuition-led coaching that actually transforms. So you can use those to demonstrate your expertise. Then there's entertaining hooks, which are a bit more quirky. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need to be less woo to be more successful. Or point of view, you pull a card during client session and everything finally makes sense. Or three, you're not too mystical, you're just under leveraged. So again, you can either stick with these or you can say, give me some more hooks, or can you refine these a bit? Or you can move on to the next set of messaging material, which is your content prompts. So I'm going to say, let's move on. Let's get some specific content prompts. This is more designed specifically for social media things that you might want to think about using. So so you can use this for your posts or your videos or emails or lives, but these are just kind of prompts about the kind of content you could create. So perhaps something about describing what your clients life are like before they find you, when they get stuck, what is difficult for them, what's difficult for them, and how your work helps them transform, or there's transformation through your work. For example, tell the story of a client who started out feeling unsure and ended up guiding sessions that gave clients goosebumps. Or here's what changes when you stop chasing the next shiny tool and start integrating your gifts. You can give content on your personal journey, various different content ideas. So now it's asking if I'd like this into a gentle content calendar. So I'm going to say yes, because why wouldn't I? And it will give me a suggested rhythm, a suggested kind of pattern of content sharing over a period of time. And we'll see what the wizard comes up with to start with. So it's analyzing now, it's thinking about everything you've told it so far, and it's going to pop out a content calendar based on all of that. Now it's given me a 2-week content calendar. It will do this in different ways each time you use it. So it's suggesting on particular dates, I describe a client stuck in a session and how tarot helped. Next one, share what it feels like to market while doubting your depth. Next one, tell the story of a client who now gives goosebump sessions as a result of having worked with me, etc., etc. So that's a 2-week content calendar, and it's suggesting different. If you scroll across, you can see the rest of the calendar. I won't expand it here because it's not. It's going to mess up the screen. But what you can do is you can say, I want more content, please, if you wanted more, or you can keep moving on to the next phase. So I've asked it for some more content ideas, and we'll see what that comes up with. So now it's giving me a 4-week content calendar. So it's giving you more things to cover there. 14 soul-led prompts spaced every other day to keep your energy sustainable and your message magnetic. So you can ask for more prompts if you want. Or final step, messaging pack handover. So I'm just going to say, yes, I want that final messaging pack. And what this is going to do is effectively based on everything that you have asked it to do and everything you've confirmed with it, it's going to give you everything in one place. So it's giving me my refreshed I help statement. It's given me my refreshed statements for both of the offers that I told it I wanted to sell. It's given me a rewritten bio line based on the one that I shared. It's given me my set of hooks, a bunch of educational hooks, storytelling hooks, thought leader hooks, and entertaining hooks. And again, you can ask for more of those if you want. And it's given me a whole list of content prompts to be used over however long you want to use them. You can define with it how long you want the calendar period to be, how many prompts you want in that period. So there you are. There you have it. That is MessageCraft GPT, and you will get out of this what you put in it. So I hope you enjoy. Remember, have fun with this and play with it. Come back to it. You might find that after you've gone through it once, you have more of a sense of how it works, and you want to try again and be more daring in some of what you feed it. it will give back to you what you give it. So don't be afraid to let your magic shine. And that's the way your messaging can shine too.